Hello, my dear friends. I welcome you to Marriage Without Tears channel. A year is coming to an end and another is about to unfold. And that is why we need to do this very particular production. There is the need for couples, proactive couples that want to actually meet their expected targets at the end of the year, to begin to plan out their year systematically. Because where you fail to plan, you have systematically planned to fail. That is why this very particular production becomes very, very important at this period in time. What are we talking about today? Simply how couples can proactively plan their year in order to meet their set expectations and goals. That is what we are discussing right now. January is just around the corner, and it is necessary for you to know how to plan as a couple. If you must actually get it right, there is need for you to make your plan very, very clear, unambiguous, very, very clear. There's need for clarity. Any person that picks up the document where you have written down your plans must not be left in doubt as to what you want to achieve. You must explain it very, very clear so that at every point in time when you take a look at it, you are not left in doubt as to what you want to achieve. Clarity is very, very important. The second thing is that you must ensure that your plan is measurable. It has some indices you can use to measure progress. Because if you cannot measure the progress in your plan, then certainly that plan leaves so much to be desired. So there are things you must key into your plan to make sure that you are achieving the milestones you have set for yourself as a couple. Is it in the area of marriage? Where are you right now? Where do you hope to be by the end of the year? Is it in the area of your career? Where are you now? Where do you hope to be at the end of the year? What do you need to put in place to measure the success of every move you make within the year? Very important. The third thing which you must also do is to divide your plans into achievable targets. You know, there must be need for you to have what we call long-term, short-term, and even medium-term plans. Short-term could be a plan that you hope to execute and see the results clearly, possibly in the first month of the year or before the first quarter of the year. And then when we are talking of medium-term, it could be something that you expect to finish by mid-year or towards the third quarter of the year. And when we are looking at long term, it could be something that you hope to accomplish at the end of the year or something that transcends even the current year. This is what we include in your long-term plans. Very, very important indeed. If a couple must see progress in their marriage, in their career, in their family life, in everything, there is need for planning, and it can only be done now. I encourage you as a couple to do that now. Before we go further, I would like you to take a look at the subscribe button, this red button by my side. Click on it and get subscribed and become part of this awesome channel. Then let's look at the types of plans that you may include in your annual goal, your annual plan. What are the type of plans? The first thing I would like to look at is your spiritual plan. If you are just a couple, I mean the man and his wife or vice versa, it may simply be about just both of you. But if you have a family already, there may be need for you to include your family as you make your spiritual plans for the year. For instance, which particular place do you worship? A church or a mosque? Which particular fellowship are you involved in your church or your place of worship? What do you do there? What functions do you perform there? What other things do you do there to encourage people? Possibly some welfare programs within the church or within your mosque, whatever you do. If you're not doing that, then there may be need for you to start doing that right away. These may be some of the things you may key into your spiritual plan for the year. Do you normally observe spiritual retreats? At what points in time during the month, or is it a quarterly program? You may need to key it into your spiritual plans. What do you do to become better spiritually? Do you study the scriptures regularly as a family? What times of the day or what times of the week have you apportioned for the study of the scriptures so that your spiritual life gets enhanced in the process of life. These are very, very important. Do you have a spiritual mentor, someone that may be called a disciple, or somebody that may actually add value to you spiritually, encouraging you, motivating you to achieve your spiritual targets? They are very, very important. These are things you key into your spiritual goal for the year. And of course, the second area that I want to touch is your physical goal. What do we talk about the physical goal? Your area of physical well-being. Have you been going through a period of stress? What are the things you can put into your life, into your plan, that can enhance, that can decrease the stress factor in your life? What can you do? Maybe you look at the place of keying into some certain exercises, some certain hobbies, some certain retreats, or maybe going on simply a holiday, vacation, taking a vacation once a quarter or once in 6 months, simply to, get back yourself, get your physical well-being in order. Because whether you like it or not, when you are sick, everything around you is entirely sick. So you need to also look at the area of how to enhance your physical well-being as a couple. Very, very important. And of course, the third area which you must look at as a couple, as the year draws to an end and another year is about to begin, is in the area of your marriage. What have you been doing to increase the joy of your marriage, to increase intimacy, to increase joy, to increase peace in your marriage? What are the things you are doing? Have you been attending a marriage retreat? Have you been attending, some certain seminars and conferences where you receive lectures and lessons on how to edify your marital well-being? If you have not been doing so, maybe this is an opportunity to do so. This is an opportunity to do so. You must begin to invest into your marital account so that the joy of your marriage is enhanced, so that the glory of your marriage increases. Very, very important. Because when you are functioning well as a couple, the joy of that marriage will go, it will touch every other realm in your family. Your children, your household will receive the same joy. It comes from the head down. So your marriage must be intact. Your marriage must be peaceful. You must key in some certain things that can make your marriage more impactful. Very, very important. It can be a vacation, a short vacation, what I may call an annual honeymoon with your spouse. It may include such a vacation. It may just include your going out and enjoying yourself as a couple once in a while. Very, very important indeed. A marriage holiday, something like that, to increase the joy of your marriage. You key these things into the agenda of your home as you move into the next year. And of course, the fourth thing I want to talk about is your career. At what point, at what stage are you in your career? What can you do? What kind of courses can you take to become more valuable in the marketplace? What can you do to increase your effectiveness in the kind of work that you do? Right now, as I'm talking to you, there are so many online courses that if you make up your mind and you take a few of them, you may discover that, you become more marketable as a professional. There are also so many professional organizations, such as ICANN, such as the banking organizations. So there are so many other professional organizations that organize courses for their members, and that when you pass such a course, you become better, you become more proficient in what you are doing. You may decide to key that in as we are talking now. Or maybe you are in business and somehow you have been doing this same business over and over, and you have been, complaining about it, you have been murmuring about it. No, this is no longer the time to murmur. This is the time to set out some strategic things to do in order to get more refined and more reorganized as a business person. It is something you must do at this period in time. So that is what we talk about planning. You must plan these things out and begin to, work by it. Very, very important indeed. And if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, there's a red button by my side. Key into it and get subscribed. Just click this button here. Click on it and get subscribed and become part of this awesome channel. And the fifth goal I want to talk about is your financial goals as a couple. What are you setting out to achieve financially? We are going to look at it quarterly, every quarter, because there are 4 quarters in a year. Every quarter, what do you intend to achieve financially as a couple? What are your financial goals? I have had so many people say, oh, I want to make money this year. I want to make a lot of money this year. But I can tell you that there is nothing like a lot of money. There can only be money that has a particular figure attached to it. So you want to make money this year, how much are you looking to make at the end of the month, at the end of the quarter, at the end of 6 months, at the end of the year? What do you hope to achieve financially? You must set out your financial goals. There are some other occasions where a couple may be simply employees. They are working for different organizations. They can decide to have a joint account or have some certain accounts that will make them to meet up their financial goals more easily. Easier. These are things you must do as a couple. What are your financial goals? If you now know your financial goals, you must also know the services to provide or things to sell in order to meet that financial target. That is how to work at it. Know your financial goals from the word go. That is your fifth thing. That's the fifth thing that must be in your goal, in your plan for the current year. And of course, finally, what are the projects you intend to get engaged in? There are some people who may say, I will build a house before the end of the year. You must say clearly when you intend to commence that building. Oh, I will start a business, so and so thing by the end of, before so and so. No. Or I will get married as so and so. No. You must be very clear about it. What projects do you hope to get involved in as the year is beginning or before the middle of the year? State it very clearly. There are so many projects. It could be the building of a house. It could be the engaging in a fresh career. It could be engaging in a fresh business. It can be just getting married. It can even be having a new baby. There are so many things that you can consider as a project, but you must key it into your plan what your target project is or what it could be before the end of the year. Key it into your plan and then work proactively towards it. That is what successful and proactive couples do on a daily basis. I believe that I have given you enough to actually meditate upon. And one thing I also want to say, if you have for whatever reason been held down by procrastination as this new year is about to begin, please war against it. Take down the spirit of procrastination. Take it down. It must not follow you into the new year. If you must be a successful couple, it must be a proactive couple. If you must meet your desired targets, please desist from procrastination. Very, very important. And I pray that you actually take this production seriously and then work with it. And I look forward to seeing you as the year is beginning. I look forward to seeing you. Happy New Year in advance. God bless you. But please, before you click out, look at this red button by my side. Click on it and get subscribed and be part of this awesome channel. I am glad to have you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next production. Have a great time.